Did you hear about the mysterious disappearance of EgyptAir Flight 804? Discover the shocking truth behind this unsolved aviation mystery. Welcome to Air Crash Investigation, the YouTube channel where we explore the deadliest aviation disasters and unravel the mysteries behind them. From mid-air fuel shortages to pilot error and beyond, join us as we delve into the most shocking and terrifying moments in aviation history. Subscribe now and don't miss a single episode of this gripping series. A half-full EgyptAir red-eye from Paris to Cairo has just entered Egyptian airspace. The twin-engine airliner lurched left, then right, looped and plunged 28,000 feet, disappearing from Greek and Egyptian radar. Emergency crews scrambled. The government issued contradicting information, and experts speculated about EgyptAir Flight 804, which was assumed to have crashed into the Mediterranean Sea. An EgyptAir official said on CNN that the airline's earlier claim that the plane's wreckage had been found with Greek searchers' help was invalid. Egyptian officials said terrorism was more likely than a mechanical failure, while others said it was too soon to tell. Egypt's second civilian aviation catastrophe in 7 months occurred on this flight. It revived fears about the safety and security of Egyptian aviation, which has a history of errors and a security breach in Paris where the plane took off. The plane crash prompted issues about terrorism and civilian air travel. Around the same time that Flight 804 vanished, threats were being made by violent extremist organizations like the Islamic State and Al-Qaeda, which have networks connecting Europe and the Middle East. No one had taken responsibility as of this evening. Different reports said that wreckage had been located, so Egypt's president urged the military to do whatever is necessary to find the airliner. Work began immediately to determine what happened to the Egyptian airliner and why it disappeared, the statement stated. As news of the missing airliner circulated in Cairo, families raced to the airport. Some are gripped by grief and rage. A family member of a recently married flight attendant advised, "Pray for them. We have no knowledge." Egypt's civilian aviation minister, Sharif Fathi, said terrorism might be to blame. According to Mr. Fathi, if you examine the scenario properly, the likelihood of a terrorist strike is higher than the likelihood of a technological malfunction. According to EgyptAir, the pilot and co-pilot had a combined flying experience of about 9,000 hours. According to representatives from the Cairo airport and the Ministry of the Interior, they were seasoned pilots with no known political affiliations. On Wednesday night, at 11:09 p.m., the jetliner departed from Paris. Nothing seemed unusual when the pilot spoke to Greek air traffic controllers at 2:26 a.m., according to officials. The jet established its final regular radar contact 3 or 4 minutes later. The aircraft conducted a 90-degree spin to the left and then a full circle to the right at 2:37 a.m., shortly after entering Egyptian airspace. First descending to 15,000 feet from 37,000 feet, and then to 9,000 feet. According to Panos Kamenos, the Greek defense minister, during a press conference on Thursday afternoon, it disappeared from the radar. Additionally, there needed to be more certainty on whether Flight 804 was carrying 66 or 69 people. Early in the day, EgyptAir reported 56 passengers, 7 crew members, and 3 members of the airline security staff on board. According to the airline, at least 30 travelers were from Egypt. The plane was handed over to EgyptAir on November 2003 and had 48,000 flight hours, according to Flight Radar 24. Such planes usually survive 30 to 40 years with no technical issues. The plane's 2-day North Africa schedule could have been more problematic. Flight Radar 24 shows it flew between Cairo and Asmara, Eritrea and Cairo and Tunis before Paris. Egypt has been under severe scrutiny since a bomb knocked down a Russian aircraft over Sinai in October, killing all 224 people on board. This is a significant difference from how the administration handled the loss of the Russian plane. Egyptian officials denied for months that terrorism caused the Russian jet crash. According to Mr. Holland, no theory was being ruled out, and search crews from France, Greece, and Egypt were looking for debris that would enable us to know the reality. He continued, "When we know the truth, we must draw all the implications, whether it's an accident or another theory, the terrorist hypothesis, which is what everyone is thinking of. After the terrorist attacks in and around the French capital in November, security was tightened at the Charles de Gaulle airport outside of Paris. And surveillance of passengers and luggage was further increased in wake of the bombing of the Brussels airport in March. Lisa O. Monaco, President Obama's advisor for Homeland Security and Counterterrorism, briefed him. The White House said that the government had been given help and assistance. Officials say it's too early to tell what happened to the jet. They shared a watch list and other material with Egyptian, French, and foreign investigators. Egyptair claimed the plane was last seen at 2:30 a.m., 175 kilometers off the Egyptian shore. Greek officials made their last radar contact a minute earlier. At 3:14 a.m., Greek officials launched a search using a C-130 plane. At 4:26 a.m., almost 2 hours after the last radar contact, the plane sent out a signal. But it wasn't clear if it was a distress signal from a crew member or an automated signal from the computers on board. "We don't know if the pilot was involved or if the plane sent it," stated an Egyptian Civil Aviation Ministry spokesman. The Russian airliner crashed 23 minutes after taking off from Sharm el-Sheikh. Islamic State's Sinai affiliate claimed to have downed the Airbus A321-200. Egypt's tourism business had already dropped considerably in recent years before the catastrophe. It has also caused the Egyptian currency to collapse in recent months. Russia and Britain have banned flights to Sharm el-Sheikh. The Egyptian investigation has not yet determined the official cause. According to the Kremlin, Putin and Sisi discussed resuming flights in a phone discussion on May 10th. The latest major Egyptair tragedy happened in 2002, when a Boeing 737 from Cairo hit a hill near Tuni Airport, killing 18 of 62 people. In March, a hijacker diverted an Egyptair domestic flight to Cyprus. But he was arrested and no one was hurt. Saif Eldin Mustafa was later labeled psychologically disturbed by Cypriot authorities. He is now challenging Egypt's extradition. Egypt has been criticized for not disclosing aircraft accidents. In 1999, an Egyptair flight crashed shortly after takeoff from New York, killing 217. Even though American investigations discovered that the co-pilot crashed the plane, Egypt insists it was a mechanical issue they can't explain. Thank you for watching Air Crash Investigation. We hope you've enjoyed learning about these incredible and sometimes tragic stories from the world of aviation. Subscribe to our channel and click the notification bell to stay up to date on all our latest episodes. And don't forget to leave us a comment to let us know what you thought of this episode. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you soon at the next one.